Your brain must have more damage than Nikita Mazepin's car in 2021. If you even think that Formula 1 doesn't have so many issues with it. David Attenborough could cook up like a 17-hour documentary, putting a full list of every single issue that Formula 1 faces. But we're gonna try and make that a lot shorter than 17 hours, and maybe not a documentary because, With that said, I'm gonna try to resolve every issue that I think needs to be resolved as soon as possible to make Formula 1 that much better than, well, it already is. For some drivers, but for others, they're on the cusp of losing their race seat for maybe the second time in their career. Put your thoughts and ideas on what you guys think needs to be changed or fixed or whatever in Formula 1, because I want to hear it. I want a genuine discussion here, genuine. Because if we can muster up some ideas, then surely the biggest brains of Formula 1, they can, I don't know how they're not doing anything, but hey. And also, whilst you're down there, you might as well subscribe and like. I don't know why you wouldn't, because please, this is our journey, not just mine, our journey of creating some great content in the future, right? Those ideas that I always talk about, they will be done sooner than you think. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video. Don't not enjoy the video, right? Another thing that's pretty sad about Formula 1 these days is the car itself.
What's this, you piece of shit?
Back in the day, the V10s, the V12s.
Nice.
Now that's what a car is meant to sound like, but now not even naturally aspirated engines, they're turbos, like no, like who cares? V6s? No, get out of here. And these engines that we have to put up today, what? They literally sound like a Dyson Hoover. Yes, Formula 1 is trying to go down the whole environmentally friendly route, but tell me, how is Formula 1, anything to do with Formula 1, environmentally friendly? 20 cars driving around a track for hours. Practice 2, 3, 4, 1. Quali 1, 2. The race itself, the amount of fumes that they're burning, just let it be. Let it be loud, obnoxious, cool as and not pussy out of the whole idea of Formula 1. No. The cars look ugly, they look like boats. They're as fat as Gorlock the Destroyer. What happened to small, nimble, nice, elegant-looking cars with nice liveries? These days, the liveries blend in with the circuit. Alpine rocked up to 2024 with a full carbon livery.
Brother,
Their color palettes being pink and blue, perfect for making a nice standing out livery. And what, they attend Bahrain, Jeddah with no livery whatsoever.
what?
No livery, no points, bad car, tractor, boat, ugly car. Well, I guess they all go hand in hand. The bigger cars were meant to make Formula 1 more entertaining with more overtakes, make it more safe. Now they've done one of those. They made it more safe, but they've forgotten about overtaking. They've forgotten about everything. And now there is surely a way to make the cars smaller, look nicer, louder, look more just bring back to older Formula 1 with better regulations and better safety things. That's all I'm asking for. It's not that difficult, is it? Like, there's some days that I'm watching Formula 1, and honestly, I think I'm watching Formula E. And you know how much I hate Formula E. Now, those things sound like nose hair trimmers.
Sounds like a nose hair trimmer.
Disgusting!
And the Formula 1 cars being so quiet these days, honestly, it pretty much all sounds the same, so... Guarantee you in like 10 years, there's gonna be no engines because they're gonna say, we're hurting the polar bears.
So, anyways.
And they're gonna be driving with pedals, like, bike pedals, pedaling the cars along. And another thing that puts everybody to sleep, faster than me hearing the Dutch anthem every single race, is, well, the dominance in Formula 1. How can dominance still be a thing after these many years? And no, I'm not just talking about the whole Verstappen dominance, because there's going to be people crying about, oh, Verstappen hater. Verstappen's cool, like, let him be, let him win his races. But dominance in general, Mercedes, Ferrari, everything. Well, Mercedes dominated from 2014 all the way up to 2020, and we all remember what happened in 2021, don't we? Pretty much they fumbled the bag that year more than Ricciardo fumbled the bag in McLaren. But it took Red Bull, what, 7 or 8 years to go from them being absolutely dreadful in 2014 to them being able to challenge Mercedes in 2021, and challenge them they did. And if there's a team that's clearly dominating for a year or two, surely you step in, you change up the regulations a bit, shake everything up, so that everyone has like a newer, cleaner slate to play on. Now yes, there's big regulation changes, every 5 years, but say that's 5 years of a team dominating, and that's just boring. I don't care who it is dominating, I don't want them to dominate. If Williams next week rock up to the track and dominate the race by 75 minutes, I'll be pumped for the first weekend, but next week, or the week after should I say, I'll be bored as hell, and I don't want that. Close, entertaining battles, championship fights, that's all I want to see, and that's pretty much everyone. So if that means new, better regulation changes to even out the field every year, every 2 years, honestly, down for it. Do that. If some teams are struggling, then tough luck. Get out of the sport.
Get out of here.
Because I know, and everybody knows, that there's teams waiting in line ready to pounce up. Andretti wanted to join the sport. They have plenty money to join the sport. General Motors as well, they wanted to join. Who stopped? I mean, FIA is stopping them. But if some teams can't keep up and with the whole cash, then you know what? Time to go. Time to go.
It's time to go!
Another issue in Formula 1 is the fact that junior drivers really don't get a chance showing, or even sometimes an opportunity to drive in Formula 1. Now what, a junior driver might win F2, say Felipe Drugovich, but then a 60-year-old bald man with a walking stick will take his seat at Aston Martin. And what, the junior driver can't even get a chance in Formula 1? I swear, junior drivers over the last couple years have got less and less time, or less and less seats have been available for them to even attempt for a seat in Formula 1 or drive, and it's so rare for that to happen now, it seems like. So how can this be fixed? Well, I think that every team and driver, so two drivers per team.
What?
For one race weekend per year, they have to give up their race seat for a junior driver in their respected team. So pretty much every F1 driver would miss one race throughout the whole year. Carlos Sainz missed one in Jeddah because Ollie Behrman, got into the race seat, and we all saw how good he was in that car. Absolutely pummeled Yuki Tsunoda into the ground like a Cherokee drum in that overtake down into turn 1. A more experienced driver than Yuki Tsunoda, and he's getting faked like that by, let's be real, a literal rookie, or he was literally a rookie. Number 1, that's embarrassing for Yuki.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Number 2, Ollie Behrman is the GOAT, so shh, calma. And as there's 24 races in the whole season, 20 drivers, there should be a rule that only one rookie is allowed per race. So, yeah, that's how it might stack up. It would also make every single race more entertaining than, well, they sometimes maybe not are. Because on occasions, I'm sitting here through, what, a 72-lap race, just watching them go circles and circles around the track, with literally nothing going on. Max Verstappen leading by 20 seconds, nobody cares, shoot me, I don't care. Sargent spending more time on gravel or on the grass than the actual tarmac of the track. The sour Pitker has gone on holiday literally every single race and fumbled the bag every single pit stop. And Alpine are chilling in P19 and P20, sipping their margaritas and just dead, pretty much. But one new junior driver per race, every single race, or pretty much every single race. Number 1, that would throw a spanner into works. Number 2, that would make everything more entertaining than it already is, or not is sometimes. The rookies could show their talent, or sometimes not talent, and that would be better for literally everybody. Do it, please. Similar to how junior drivers have to take up a seat in like a free practice session, make it a whole race weekend. Do it. Do it. Another issue I have in Formula 1 is the track selection. How is Imola still on the calendar? Imola. The last time I saw someone try to overtake someone around Imola, well, they ended up in the barrier.
What the f was he doing?
Imola, Miami, Qatar. I don't know, so many tracks are so bad. Zero overtaking. So boring to watch. What happened to Portimao, Mugello, tracks that you can actually overtake on? I'd rather see those tracks. Good racing that you could go wheel to wheel. Kimi Raikkonen, what, P16 to... I don't know what he did, a masterclass of an absolute start. I don't know who signs these tracks off to be in the calendar, but they honestly need to either dig themselves a grave or be shot again, because they're so bad. On certain tracks, what, there's 3 overtakes around the whole race? And that's it, and that's meant to be called a race weekend, an entertaining race weekend for the fans to put on. Wake up at sometimes maybe even 5 AM, be like, put my feet up, watch the race, and that's what we have to see. 3 overtakes and that's it. Come on now. Some tracks there's absolute boatloads of overtaking. Monza, Bahrain, Baku. But others, no. The tracks need to be retired. So basically what I'm trying to say is an issue that has to be resolved is remove bad and shitty tracks. Tracks that are worse than Nikita Mazepin. Tracks that are worse than Alpine this year. So Imola, Miami, Qatar. And there's a couple others which you could sprinkle in. Replace them. Portugal, Mugello, Sepang. So I think the first issue on hand is the whole cost cap. You see, if you go into a set of regulations like we did in 2022, and a certain team, well, they get it wrong, right? There's no way they're catching up in, what, 2 or 3 years? No shot. If they've got it wrong and they have a limited amount of money to develop, nah, they're not catching. Now, you all know the cost cap is 135 million, but what if P1 got 135 million and then P2, say, got 10 or 5 million more and it kept on going down, so P10 got a shit ton of cash. So therefore, they could actually develop a good car. And more likely, that would either be going to Haas or Alpine. And maybe one day they can attend a race weekend with a car that isn't slower than my nan's tractor. Because for the longest time, those two teams have been more washed in the waves that Dominic surfs on. Not only would this bring these lower teams up and balance everything out, we'd have more racing, more overtaking, more points or battle for the points, more championship battles, things would be more fun, Red Bull would cry more, which is, but things would be more balanced out. And finally, another cool thing that would be cool to see would be more points. So instead of like it being to 10th, maybe go to 12th, 15th, because then those battles actually mean something. The amount of times that somebody's battling 13th, 14th, 12th, 11th, that group chunk of people that's battling, nobody gives two flying shits about them battling. But if you sprinkle a couple points there, then that's much better. There's some racing series where everybody gets a point, even if you finish 20th. Alpine these days would be chuffed about that. So maybe more points for more drivers during the race. And also, I generally think that quali should have a sprinkle of points as well. Maybe the same point format as sprint races, maybe. Because there's certain teams that are so good in quali, or maybe not so good, but better in quali. Haas. And then in the race, they are pretty much matching or even slower than the Alpines on some occasions. And then, yes, things would be more competitive, more things to fight for, more entertaining, more overtakes, more battles. Literally I don't think it's that hard to make this sport better. It really is. Unless everyone's brain dead and I'm a genius and I just think it's obvious. But, yeah, I don't know about that one. Let me know what you guys thought of my quick fixes like Bob the Builder down in the comments. And also that you might as well subscribe, please, like, please. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a safe and fantastic rest of your day and peace.